Can we just cheat? So there go the hoops.
When are you good to go, Peter?
I'm rolling.
Okay. Okay. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chorleywood Common Youth Football Club. And the date is the 26th of March 2017. And this is the penultimate game of Chorleywood Common Youth Football Club under 18 red. Catchy title, obviously. Well, that's it. And I'd like to introduce you to a couple of people. The first is cameraman Mr. Peter Harris, Peter F. Harris. Thank you very much for doing this. And of course, my expert summariser, long-term friend for 2 years, on the touchline and self-sufferer, Mr. Alex Pereira. Alex, introduce yourself, please.
No speak English.
So before we get set off, we're just having a toss at the moment, and it looks like. Well, no idea who's won that, but nevertheless, the opposition is Hampstead FC, managed by Mr. Ian. Oh my God, I can't read my writing. Ian Hampstead. I'm sorry, Ian. I didn't get your name properly. There you go. And it's actually a beautiful day, Alex, isn't it?
The sun is out. The pitch is lovely and dry. The team look primed and prepped. And only maybe half the team are hungover, so yeah, this is looking good.
This is very unrepresentative. Let me tell you, of the most of the Sundays I spent over the last, I don't know, 10 years doing this.
Yes,
maybe
absolutely.
10 years. It's kind of the end of the road show about this today for me, anyway.
And a sprightly start by Chorleywood. They actually recognise the ball.
Oh, commentary is all about not the game. It's the incidental music and the symphony of life here, Alex. Now let me give you the team news this morning. The team news is apparently we are playing 4-4-2, which is very hard to tell from the way we're shaped up at the moment because we're just all over the pitch. And let me talk you through the team. The squad is Seb Plunkett, Hamish Mehta, Tom Smith, Harry Saunders, Lewis Walker, James Mullin, Nick Pereira, Charlie Black, Harry Warren, Harrison Townsend, Luke Jones, Dan Anderson, Ralph Thompson. And we're missing Henry Arkell today, the dirty hacker, because he was sent off 2 weeks ago and he's still on suspension. All right, and there is a game going on here, and we're just kind of playing around in midfield at the moment.
We seem to have made quite a sprightly start here.
But both teams just finding their feet at the moment, just seeing each other out.
Yeah, but the good thing is the guys in black seem to be finding each other with the ball, which is a rarity.
Indeed. And just to give you some more stats for what it's worth, it's probably about 7 degrees. There's a stiffish breeze blowing left to right across the pitch.
That was more to do with the ruby you had last night.
And well, here we go. So we look like we're lined up with a defence of, well, Lewis is in goal, obviously, and we have Luke probably at right back, Harrison centre back, Tom probably the other centre back. Oh, who's on the other side? I can't really see who's that.
Is that
Hamish? Is it Hamish?
Yeah, might well be.
Yeah, okay. And in midfield,
Oh, there goes Tom.
we got left wing Nick. Charlie looks like he's in the middle with Ralph. I can't see the other side. Well, there you go. There's a few players. Oh, Ralph just skinned him, and he's played a ball, speculative ball, I would say, to James, who doesn't get there, but he's actually harried his man down and won himself a throw in a quite decent part of the pitch.
I have to say, I think that's rather harsh from my co-commentator. Ralph knew exactly what he did. He had sent a piercing ball straight through the middle. It was just Forrest Gump who wasn't able to get there.
I feel you may be setting the bar a little bit too high this morning for that. Okay, so it's bouncing around in the back there, and good strength from James. Okay, now can he set something? Ralph has gone for an absolute swinger.
What a lamb shanks.
That shot.
Oh, yeah.
He scores! Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Ralph has got an assist there from a shot that basically was going out for a throw-in. And then who is that that's picked it up on the far side?
Was that Dan?
Well, a player has picked it up.
A player in black.
One of our lads has picked it up, and just slots it back in there. And if you look at the goalkeeper,
Yep.
Peter, can you just go and look at the goalkeeper down there? He is absolutely aghast. He cannot believe that has gone in. He's stood.
I think it only bobbled it only bobbled it 10 times.
And he cannot be pleased with his defence there because they were all off.
There it goes
They were
again.
all off.
Oh,
That player's caught one in the nose. Is he going to
Oh.
respond to that? Good lad, because that must hurt. That will just wake you up on a Sunday morning. A ball blasted into your face. Memories of youth there, gentlemen. Memories of youth. The football in the face. And how do you react? I used to just lay down and cry for half an hour, frankly, but there you go.
Well, with the conch on my size, it was not good.
Okay, and we've got a goal kick. And this is the first opportunity for us to see the goalkeeper's kick, which is always a bit of a leveller, isn't it?
It is.
If you cast your mind back when they were under 8s when they started or whatever,
Yes.
the goal kick was effectively a penalty to the opposition. When all the opposition would line up on the edge of the box, the goalie would dutifully pass it to them and the centre forward would score. All right, so back in the game.
Oh, there goes Tom.
Back in the game.
Harrison's got it. He's picked it up. Oh, go on. Oh, what a fantastic pass. Oh, Pereira.
Oh, Nick. Nick with an air header.
Oh, that was
header.
flying without wings. Westlife would have been proud of that one.
It's 1990 again. You've crowbarred a
sorry.
music reference into it.
I'm sorry, can't help myself.
All right, now let's.
Had my leg warmers on last night.
Let's attempt to get back to the
And
team.
look at the
before-
lino. He's watching the other match.
Lino, a few words, please.
Yeah, sorry, you have put me on the spot a bit there. There's not much happening here, is it?
Well, there you go. A bit quiet. We're 1-0 up after 5 minutes, and it's a bit quiet.
Always good to come across a lino with the personality of a paper bag.
So, okay, I kind of ran out of team news when I got to the midfield. We are supposed to be playing 4-4-2, according to Pete, that I spoke to earlier on. His instructions were, don't switch off, lads. Right, and we
there
don't
goes
appear to have switched
Harry.
off because
Go
we're
on,
1
Harry.
up after 5 minutes, which is very
Harry's-
good.
Oh,
Now that will catch the wind because it is
Harrison.
quite breezy, and Lewis will take that very, very
carefully.
comfortably.
Oh, there goes Harrison. Spreads the ball to Tom. Tom, oh, lovely chip. And is that Ralph there?
Oh, lovely touch there from Ralph.
Ralph's
little bit
definitely
of-
playing to the cameras today. Oh, he's got it again. He's going down the wing.
He is well motivated, I
Yeah.
can tell you that. He is well
Oh, what a great
motivated.
goal. Oh,
And there's Dana. My pre-match instructions to Dana went along these lines. For heaven's sake, son, don't get sent off.
surely it should have been don't be seen eating a bacon butty.
Well, that's the substitution routine, do you mean?
Yes.
I've been substituted. Time for a snack. Now, Lino is telling us something, I think, about the number of players I have on the opposition. So, a quick
Oh, there
count
goes
up,
Dana.
please. They've got 4 at the back.
Oh, Nick's going through the
They've
middle.
got
It's calling for the ball.
I think
Dana's
they're short of
going up.
numbers.
Oh,
I think
no.
the opposition is short of numbers. Let me just speak to the linesman.
Oh,
Right,
there
introduce
goes
yourself, please,
Luke.
linesman.
Luke picks up the ball.
I'm Paul. It's very busy out. I'm actually
James is
watching the
free.
play for a
Luke,
minute.
oh, to James. James takes it down the wing. He's going to
You
cut
had
it
some
in.
news about the number of
Lovely
players I have
pass.
in the
Oh,
opposition.
yes. Here we go again. Number 2. Oh,
Hang on, there's nearly a
unlucky.
goal there. I think you
Here
need
comes
to be
Charlie
looking at
Black,
that.
following the ball out.
They've started with 10, but there's a player getting treatment on the edge. They're down to 9 at the moment, I believe.
Now look at that. Expert summarise. Did you notice they started with 10 and now have 9 on the pitch?
Is that because they think we're
What
that bad?
What the hell do I pay you for?
I'm sorry. Well, not a lot.
Thank you, Lionel. Thank you, Lionel. So it's 11 of Chorleywood versus 9
Well,
of Hampstead.
that is not cricket. Bearing in mind, last time when we only had 9, the other team played with 9.
Which I can't remember the name of the team, but their manager was very gracious.
Yes,
I thought that was
and
really
clearly
that was
we're not.
grown-up stuff.
Yeah.
That was grown-up stuff.
Pete Black, that's appalling.
Yeah, we'd stick 12 on if we could right now.
I
wouldn't
know.
we? Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at the goalkeeper's kick again, who's wearing a very retro kind of mid-80s top with a stripe on it.
Oh, well played, Luke.
Let's clear up
And
by
again, Luke. Oh, look at that. He's in there.
And there's Ralph. There
there's
should be plenty of
to
time
Tom.
for everyone on the pitch here now
To
because they
Harry.
are down to
Harry picks up the ball. Oh,
so
beautiful.
few players. So
Plays
few
over the top.
players.
Oh, and the number 4 here. Oh, look at that. He breaks out defence. Oh, he's in.
I think-
Dana's in. Oh.
I think we may need to have a briefing, Alex, about the way this is going to work. Otherwise, we're going to talk over each other.
Oh, okay. Then you shut up.
Exactly. And the briefing is, it really doesn't matter. But, to kind of keep the flow of this going, I think the way it works is that one of us chats at one time, and the incidental music, like what's going on the pitch, you leave to me. The hatcheting of the players, I'm going to leave to you. Yeah, okay. Well, so we'll stick to Peter.
Focus on the match. I know it's pants, but
There
focus on the
there
match.
is still one going on here, apparently, despite what on earth I'm saying. And there are big holes on the pitch. Big holes on the pitch because Hampstead are short of a player. And there's a good example of that. Tom is under no pressure at all, other than the stuff he's putting himself there. So, Alex.
Yes.
Alex. Now, the most important news that's happened in the last week, other than team news, other than Henry's absence for his red card 2 weeks ago, is Nick's driving test with you. His father in your Porsche. I understand you took him out in your Porsche the other day. Is that true? This, by the way, is going to play very well to the masses.
Yes, absolutely.
Chorleywood father takes son out in Porsche. Discuss.
Well, I think it's a slight misrepresentation of the situation. I was in the Porsche and he followed behind on the piece of rope that I tied around him.
You just dragged him along.
Yes.
Okay. Meanwhile,
please do not report me to the Child Protection Society.
Meanwhile, Hampstead have a corner. It's a floaty old ball, and it's actually a complete waste, unfortunately, for them. Never mind.
That's what you call quality pants.
So we have a goal kick, and it's our first chance to see Lewis and his kick. And he's into the wind, and we are playing a fairly deep line still. And who's he aiming for? And you see the way that ball hangs up in there? It's Ralph, and he wins it, and he wins it again and knocks it to one of their players, who passes it very conveniently straight to Nick. And look at that for a ball. Cheeky. Oh, James Money with a fantastic header. Nick with a flick on. And James, what can he make of this then? He will probably try and use his strength and his skill. And he does so to the effect of actually passing it accidentally to one of our own players. Oh, a swinger into the box. Nick gets knocked over, and Dana will shoot. If he gets the chance, he will shoot. He's lost it, unfortunately. Ralph is battling with their fellow there, and he has lost it as well. So, 12 has got some pace about him. Okay, so he's probably their best player by the looks of things, but Superman couldn't catch that one. He just smashed it off the back of the pitch, and away we go again. So how did it go, the driving lesson?
Oh, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. My heart got the testing it never expected. As the old song goes, my heart went boom boody boom boody boom boody boom boody boom boody boom boody.
It's a dangerous place there to be playing around with it, and we have played ourselves into a little bit of trouble here actually. He's not managed to control it well enough, but they still got it back. Yeah, okay, and there's a problem with them being short of one player, because there's no way anyone's going to get up the pitch far enough to actually pick that one up. And that's a massive throw. Who's that? Who threw that? Was that Harrison?
Yeah.
Whew. Well. Well, with that, I don't even know what that is. That's the playing it back to get the game restarted kind of ball. Okay. So, how are you finding, Expert Summariser, your experience on the sideline this morning so far?
It's quite nerve-wracking.
You're taking it to like a duck to water, may I say, actually.
Am I floating or have I sunk? That's the question.
If I may criticise,
Yes.
and it's harsh for me to do this, I know, but you haven't really dressed for the occasion, have you?
No.
You're very much a man behind the camera this morning here.
Yes.
You know, Ron Atkinson,
That's only because you
or
don't
Lottie,
have a... Yeah.
put the big coat on the sheepskin and the rest of it.
But you didn't tell me.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you had at least 24 hours notice.
No, you sent a text saying summarising. You didn't say I was going to be front
Oh,
and
here's
centre.
something. Peter, if you scan to the left, there's a ball on the pitch. And it's always interesting to see how we cope with this. Oh, that's very boring. What's always best is when there's a ball on the pitch, in the middle of the other ball on the pitch being played around it, and what the players do to you. Which ball do you play?
corner.
Okay, now the lino, you may have missed that, had his line up for offside and then put it down immediately.
I think he was preempting there.
I think you may be confused about the rules. Now Ralph picks it up, he's driven it wide and he's tried to play a pass to Luke, and actually what he's done is just ping it straight out of touch. So the quality this morning, Alex,
Yes.
well, what would you say? Are we at our best, at our worst, or about middling?
No, I think this is a fairly decent start from us. Normally we're slow starters notoriously, but we're a goal up and
Slow starters, sluggish in the middle and fade away at the end.
yes. It sounds like something else that I do on a regular
And
basis.
Ralph is absolutely, I mean, he's just murdered that bloke in middle 12, who I thought was quite a decent player, but he's actually robbed the ball there completely. Okay, 14's trying to make something of it, and Dana's wrapping their fella up. This is going to end up with words, I think, at the end of this confrontation. And the only words are Dane to himself, who's berating himself for losing it in midfield. And 12, again, I think who's probably their best player, is laid out to 18, who's looking for a ball into the box. Now, you do have numbers here, Hampstead. They've got numbers in the box. And if Sky can actually produce a little bit of skill, he ran out of position. He ran out of position, but he's made a corner for himself. Yeah, he made a corner for himself, and let's hope, actually, for Hampstead's sake, that the delivery is better than the last one, which he just basically spooned straight into touch. And okay, any more team news here? How are we lining up? We've got everybody back in defence apart from Nick, who's holding in midfield, and James at the front. And that actually is a worse corner than the first one. And it's worse because he's actually played it straight to us and we're on the break. And Nick has unfortunately not laid it out to James, who was in a good position there. Alex.
Well, there wasn't enough pace on that ball, was there? I think that would be the best way to describe that. It was a toe poke at best.
Well, I think the ball, to be fair to you, the ball looked a bit flat there at the time he kicked it.
Yeah, I can only assume that he felt he was kicking a pancake. Yeah, there will be an extra page of maths when we get home.
All right, now let's cut in this hiatus in the game, this lull, and that could describe most of the play other than our goal, frankly, because it's been
Look, Lionel's wandering again.
A thin affair so far. When did Nick start playing for this team?
When he was 6 years old.
6 years old. Now this is their second to last game, which is why I'm here. Well, we are here filming this. So 6 years old. What is he now? Is he 18 yet?
He'll be 18 in June.
Okay. So maths. Someone do the maths.
No, makes him at least 25.
12 years, is that?
Oh, is it 12? Oh, okay.
You've had 12 years of this.
Yes. Ooh. It's a bit tough.
Well, despite the way it looks this morning, which is a beautiful sunny morning, and there's 11 playing 10 and everything's good in the world, can you talk me through some of the rougher mornings you might have had, particularly in the early days, I suspect, when it was less of a labour of love and more of a labour, and Ralph has actually given it away to 19, who has played a back pass. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, that's going to look bad on the replay, but I did see what you were trying to do there, and that was probably the right ball, but just poorly executed. But was
it an attempted shot?
No, it was an attempted pass to their centre forward actually, and he actually nearly he shanked it a little bit. It was the right idea. If he'd played it perfect, if he was Messi, they'd have scored.
The only thing is, if you're going to shank it, do it like Ralph did for our goal.
Oh yeah, that's right. If you're going to miss big.
Yeah. Because that was a perfect setup.
Okay, and Luke has got a lot of time. Harry's right, though. He shouted that. He's got time because they are short of a player. Nick puts it speculatively into the box. Now, Ralph, if he loses it here, he will knock himself. He's actually just skinned two of them, and now we're in business. He's attempted a bit of tech.
Great ball.
He's played it to Nick, who has thighed it. And now the counter-attack is on. 12's on again. And Luke has done well there. Now they may look a bit, just whacking into touch, but what he's allowed to happen there is us to reset ourselves and get behind the ball and just start again. The game's slowed down, and that's fine as far as I'm concerned. That is all right. Okay, so Alex, the early days.
Yes, I can safely say that over the winter period there were many a day when it was absolutely chucking it down with rain, and all the kids would just like swarm like a bunch of bees around one ball, which was quality to watch.
B-ball.
Yeah.
Very good, well described.
Yeah, horrendous.
This is a home game for us, which is actually quite convenient, obviously. Least favourite away ground?
Hampstead. Because it's so goddamn cold. And because it's so open.
Everywhere is windy in Hemel Hempstead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is one big benefit of the home ground.
And we're in 12, their best player. Can he skin Tom? No, Tom's done well there. Look at that.
That was Hanskin-esque.
Lovely little ball he's done there. He's just laid it very gently out to Luke, and we're back in business. Harrison has played up to James, and actually we're looking quite good here. James has gone for the
Has anyone told him it's not rugby?
He's gone for the glory. He's got 3 points, as Alex points out, for the conversion, but no. Okay, so how many times have we seen that particular shot? How many times have we seen it go in? Yes, the statuesque silence from Alex says it all. But to be fair, when it does go in, and I have seen him score one of those, oh, it looks good, doesn't it? It does.
It is.
Because the cameras are on, and this is their chance at immortality, obviously, in a very small way. Do you think they will respond differently? Do you think they'll play differently?
Yeah, I think they'll be very similar to last week when we realised that the goalkeeper, the away goalkeeper, was unable to kick the ball beyond the 6-yard line. And our players consistently stayed at the halfway line. That's how I think they'll respond.
So, not playing with our heads, do you mean?
Yeah.
And just to kind of give you some context, last week was a cup game, which was very to and fro, a very good game, and we were down at all points until if it bounces and hits the stone, it's in, but it's not. When we came back to be in a winning position at 3-2 with a minute to go, we thought, well done, lads, you deserve that. And then they switched off, and in the last minute of the game and the first minute of overtime, they conceded 2 goals, and that was the end of that. And it was
a classic example of how to snatch a loss from the jaws of victory.
Yeah, no, it was horrible. Actually, it was horrible, but it, in its own way, kind of deserved. What's that? Oh. Well, I have to say, if that had gone in, sir, and I admire your bravery, that if that had gone in, you could play that to death on YouTube until you were 90 years old and never get bored of it. So good on you. Now we have played a short goal kick, which is probably wise given the wind here. But actually, yet again, it's an indicator that it does help having a man up. Alex.
Yeah.
Oh, Pereira steps in there, puts in a quick tackle. Ralph stalking his prey. Well, I said stalking, but my God, that was a lumber.
Stalking his prey. And they found a bit of room here. This is not a bad move from these lads. Now, can he get a decent ball in? They could try.
Good play by
Luke.
Luke.
Look at him, he's sat in his arse there, just ruining his luck. He just kind of slightly ran out over him. And that is a lovely ball, Luke. Well done. Well done. Nick's got room in midfield. Nick is now playing centre mid, and that's controversy. How did he end up there?
You know, he's never been good with direction.
And that, speaking of which, I think that was Himesh. It's just played it straight to one of their players. Charlie's doing his best to get it back. Okay, and we're doing our best here to make them look better and more numerically advantaged. Oh, that's terrible commentary. Than they actually are. Okay. So the ball is still ping-ponging around in midfield, and Charlie, look at him go.
Yes.
He's actually found some room. We've got Seb in the middle, and we've got Harry in the middle, and they are both going to wait there a little longer because Seb can't find the ball to them. Alex.
Would you not agree that despite the fact that they're 2 men down, they do not look 2 men light?
Are they still 2 men down? How many have they got on the pitch? Let's ask. Lino clearly knows more about this than us. Lino, Paul, how many have they got on the...
Who?
What, not us?
I think they've got 10 on, haven't they? I can't, when I counted before, it was definitely 10. I'll quick count now.
Okay, so it's 10 apparently. Paul has told us, Lino has told us that it's 10 versus 11. And well, an interesting crossfield ball. It's not exactly Lampard, that one. It was just a hoof across the pitch, and yeah, good luck But Hamish has managed to do something with that, and and Charlie unfortunately hasn't. He's just shanked it straight at his touch with a right-footed outstepping pass, which would look fantastic were it not for the fact that he's just done that with it, which wasn't that great, unfortunately.
You do realise he was trying to switch it to the left, left of the pitch.
Luckily, their player has repaid the compliment and just passed it through the throw straight to James, who's in the box, and he's trying his best to get it in there. Nick was on the far post, unmarked. He hasn't managed to find him, unfortunately, but we have got a corner. And let's have a look. Who is going to be our specialist corner taker? It's James. Okay, so the corners are usually taken by either James or Dana. And this one's going to be taken by James. Harrison's come up. Our big man in the central defence, number 30. And let's see what James does with this. Best header in the club is probably Ralph, and he's miles away from that. He's floated into the middle, and that's an uncontested free header from Harry.
Yep.
And he has, Alex,
missed the goal.
Yes, he has. He has.
Mr. Carr's popped as well.
He has very gently nodded it into touch, which is very considerate of him. The goalkeeper didn't have too far to go to pick up the ball. I did see what he was trying to do there. He was trying to put it into that empty slot in the goal because they weren't playing men on the post. And he's
I would say he didn't
quite
rise like an eagle, more like a pigeon.
And we have Alex Pereira has gone, and Mark Lawrenson with his puns has joined us this morning, everyone. Mark, good to see you. I know it's an international weekend, so there's no Premier League, but it's fantastic to see you here for this. Thank you very much.
Quitando, my friend.
And Nick has done a beautiful ball to Seb, who's, unlucky Seb. Unlucky. I saw exactly what we were attempting doing there, and he's done the right thing there because he gave it away and he's done his very level best to get it back, and that, frankly, is, for my part anyway, all I want to see from a player is if you lose it, try and get it back. No standing and watching, just get it back. Okay. And, Nick puts out a telescopic leg and tries to grab it back. And Luke lovely. Seb, that's a fantastic touch. And again, Seb, I'm building up here a bit here. That was the ball. He just didn't have enough heat on it. Alex.
Well, I have to say we're putting up a spirited performance today, and we're worthy of our 1-0 lead.
Thank you. Pithy. Okay, now let's just talk us through the team slowly here. Now, I did ask all the players to give me their names and numbers before. I don't mean phone numbers, Alex. Nothing like that, thank you. Before you get onto that. Before 2 balls on the pitch, and a pitch invasion as well. Fantastic. Seb calmly plays it off to our man in the leather jacket, and look how high that man's pulled his jeans up.
Yes. Someone Cowell lives.
No, I was thinking more Kevin Bacon in Footloose. That is, I haven't seen anything like that since 1983, ladies and gents. Sorry to have you away. Footloose. Meanwhile, there is a game going on over here in the pitch somewhere, and Ralph is going to win that and nod it straight up into the air and then just whack their opponent, the opposing player, who gets it on his own now. Seb comes back to try and pressure him. Nick has played a beautiful soft touch their centre forward and put him into the box. I don't think he'll make much of that. No, he won't.
My question to you is, would he have got an assist?
Oh yeah, 3 fancy league points for that, without a shadow of a doubt. Right. Okay, let's try going through our team again. At left back we have Luke Jones, I think, number 2. Now you've seen him for more years than I have. What do you reckon of Luke as a player, Alex?
Well, I think he's a very, very steady player. He's got great feet, and when he flies down the wing, he looks like Indiana Jones.
He does have good speed, actually. I have to say that, actually. He's not a bad athlete.
And he does definitely use Harmony hairspray.
Now, Seb is attempting to make something out of this, and he's held it up enough to get what? Okay, he's been honest enough to say, yeah, okay, that is probably a goal kick. So there's Luke. He's one of the long-term players, I assume.
Absolutely, yeah.
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 from
He's been here since
as
day
a
one.
boy, man and boy, as
Yep.
it were.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So, Peter, you just look close up at number 2, our left back here, if you wouldn't mind. I'm sorry to give you directorial. There's Luke in profile, hands on hip, looking statesman-like at left back. Okay, we're back into the game.
Did you say he's doing half a teapot?
He did- well, a little bit. There's a little bit of that going on. Okay, so the score is 1-0. We are nearly half an hour into this game, actually. Not a classic, not a lot of... Sorry, mate. Not a lot of, composed, structured, tiki-taka type play, but, it's not a bad game, actually. They're quite evenly matched.
Even though we got an extra player.
Well, and that probably helps describe why we're evenly matched.
Yes.
And, look at your touch there. In fact, if he actually throws it straight in from there, you get an assist for that. Oh, Luke with a decent throw, and up we go. Okay, so we've seen the left back so far. Centre backs now. Harrison Townsend, long-term player. You've seen him.
Yes. So his father used to be a coach, and now
He's giving
assists.
Peter, forget the game. Harrison, have a look at number 30 there. Give us a wave, Harry. he's giving it a full. All right, for the cameras. Right, so back to the game, please. Back to the game. So Harrison's been playing from a lad since about 6, is it?
Yeah, similar age.
Was he ever captain?
Yes, he was a couple of seasons ago.
Yeah, no, I can believe that actually. The first time I saw Harry play, I thought, now there is a guy that's got some talent. He's got some talent, because I couldn't tell until about the last 5 minutes of the game if he was left or right footed.
And also was number 4 at county on swimming. Got to number 4 in the county.
Well, there you go. And look at that for stats. Oh, and by the way, the last bit of administration is the referee this morning is Mr. Simon Moser. Mr. Moser has got the easiest job of all time in his hands today, because these lads from Hampstead look like, well, frankly, a nice bunch of lads that are playing hard and playing fair and not giving any jip, which is fantastic, because that's, again, what I like to see. And as soon as I say that, James Mullin goes in. He's about to get carded, I think, for an awful hack on one of their players, who, to his immense credit, has not reacted to it. So, well done. James Mullin, by the way, that's horrible. And there's... I mean, look where you are on the pitch, son. Is there any danger at that part of the pitch? And even if you get the ball, what are you going to do with it? And he has been given a card. Alex.
Well, my initial concerns, Howard, right now is you've asked our team lads for their phone numbers, and you're referring to the other team being a nice bunch of lads.
Well, it's a modern world, what can I tell you? so as that free kick is...
The only surprise with that tackle was it wasn't Ralph behind it.
Well, Ralph actually has calmed down a bit. Ralph, when he...
has he completed his collection of legs, has he?
When he first played, this is when he played for Canterbury. When he first played, he'd been playing rugby all of his kind of competitive life, shall we say.
Yep.
And he played football in the playground, but as a team game on a pitch, it was rugby.
Yeah.
And he very much took that mentality into the game. And so he didn't know where he was on the pitch, but he did know ball, see, go, get, hit. for the first season he played, it was tear-jerking actually. It was like, Ralph, dear. Now he has calmed down a bit as years have gone on. He's got
great
far
play,
more,
Charlie.
He's got far more softness. That was a lovely touch, and he's still got the ball. Now, head up, son, head up. Yeah, 14's done well there actually, because he could see there was danger. Don't muck around with it. Knock it out. Start again. He's actually given some of his players a bit of a roasting there. So good on you, 14. Good on you. So James, who is playing, I think he's supposed to be playing at, well, who knows where he is. He started playing at centre forward. Now he's playing at right wing. So the ball's gone out. Yes, Lino. Paul has called it out. So back to our formation. We are supposed to be playing 4-4-2. It's a little difficult, I have to say, at times to work out what that actually means. And Dana has swapped wings. Well done, Dana.
Don't know if you noticed, but Nick's been taken off, so who came on instead?
Oh, we've had a substitution. Controversy. We've had a substitution. A player is on and a player, Nick, is off. And Ralph is... Go get him, Ralph. 23 may regret doing that later on. Going back to Ralph and his... he's just skinned him. He's left him for dead by just dropping his shoulder. And he's attempted an outfoot, outstep pass, and he's still got the ball. He's got it back. And we are in business if Harry can just find the right ball. Now he's played it wide to Seb, his touch is not great there. And yeah, okay. So Hampstead got himself behind the ball again. Yeah, not bad. So Ralph nowadays, what he does, he doesn't do the obvious foul. He does the, oh, you've kicked me. You're now in my scope. And at some time in the next 10 to 15 minutes, you will regret doing that.
It's hammer time.
Yeah, very much so. Okay, so we've had player profiles of a couple of our players. So the other centre back we have today is Dana. Gets the throw in, I think. Yes, he has. Is Tom Smith. And I think he's another long-term player, Alex.
Actually, no. So he used to play at Harefield, and only in the last couple of seasons has he, well, probably 3 seasons, I think it is, he's been a regular at Chorleywood, and a welcome addition.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Alan Hansen in his prime.
What way he looks, the way he plays.
The way he sits.
And the goalie's gone for a throw, a massive throw. And he's found his man. So, yeah, okay, well done, goalie. That was good thinking.
Actually, Howard, do you recall when young Tom did score their worldie a couple of seasons ago, 25-yarder top corner? Do you remember that?
12. Again, I think 12 is their best player. And they do have a decent field position, and they do have possession in the right part of the park. Now, he's going backwards to go forwards.
Oh.
And Himish... Oh, handbags! And I can tell you, number whatever you are from Hampstead, the last person in the world you want to be pushing is Himesh, because that will only end badly for you, sir. But we'll find out. We'll find out. Now, referee Mr. Moser, see the value of preparation.
Yes.
Here. Mr. Moser is going in there and having a quiet word with 19.
Was that Mr. Samosa or Moser?
Only you can say that. I can't. Just to calm things down, because that was it was halfbacks basically, push.
But have you noticed, ever since you made the comment about it being a really well-behaved game, it's gone
no, I still
wrong.
stand by that, because it's competitive, but no one's punching each other. I can't hear any swearing. They're just, they're having at it, as it were. Now, the wind's in the right direction for this. Terrible free kick from the play. Oh dear, that's a shocker. That was neither strong enough or high enough or well positioned. Oh dear, no, oh dear. You won't enjoy seeing that one again. Trust me, that was a horror. Anyway, so we're back playing. Nothing's going to come of this.
Oh, there goes Dad.
Nothing, and indeed, nothing has come of it. All right, so number 6, Peter, if you wouldn't mind, there's Tom. Wave. There you go. Humiliate the youth. There you go. Now, I happen to think, this is just my opinion, that he's actually rather a good player.
He is.
And I tell you why, because he's not actually the best footballer I've ever seen, but he's not bad. He's not the fastest, but he's quick enough. He's not the strongest, but he's strong enough. What he is, he's absolutely determined. And here's an example of this. He will throw himself on a line rather than get rid of it, and he's about to commit Harry Carey there. Oh, sorry, commentator's curse. But what he is, he's absolutely committed. Even when they're like 8-0 down, it just happened. I have never seen that lad's head drop. He just keeps going from the first minute to the last minute with exactly the same attitude, and that, great credit to him. Great credit to him.
He reminds me of a panther woken from the great sleep.
And Lino has given a decision. Well played, sir. Okay.
You do realise
Paul, get in the game, please. I mean, you just, other than the odd commentary, like a bit of punditry, you're not. What are you doing? What are you there for? Just giving you the line a little bit of jip, let them know we're there. Okay, so we're back in the game. And 23, who's their tallest man, against Dana, who's our smallest. Unsurprisingly, 23 wins the header. And Harry clears up, plays to Charlie, and Harry's actually done pretty well there. Right, Luke, got to be brave, got to be strong. Now here he goes. He's going to have to go in the race. He's kept running, he's kept going with it, and this could be goal of the century if he keeps going. We get it back. There's a bit of techers there, and we've won a corner. Well played, Luke! Luke's done very well there. He's actually turned a 50-50 ball into a corner for us, and he's run half length of the pitch. Good lad. Okay, now at right back, Peter, just before the corner goes in, right back, Himish. There you go. All right, Himish Meta. Now, I think he's a recent player, Alex.
Yes, I think last 2 or 3 seasons, but a welcome addition.
As the ball gets floated into centre and he's dropped, and Harry's gone for the... There was a kung fu kick about to be attempted by Tom there, and just before it landed, one of their players nicked off his foot. Fair enough. Sorry, so back to Himish.
Yeah, so I'd say he was probably our biggest transfer. Cost us at
we
least...
spent big, didn't we?
Oh, he's on at least 60p a week.
And also Himish was our manager's player of the season last year. Lovely ball there, free header. James it's dropped forward, free shot, and Ralph is... Oh, Ralph, that was neither shot nor cross. That was... I'll tell you a story now. There's a guy who played for New Zealand, cricket this is, called Bob Cunis in the 70s. He was an all-rounder, and the write-up in the paper said, the bowling of Cunis, rather like his name, was neither one thing nor the other, which is one of the greatest quotes, and I managed to crowbar into this morning, but Ralph, that was neither a shot nor a cross. So very tamely it goes out, and the keeper, who has the wind behind him, it's a fairly stiff breeze as well, has not managed to find even halfway of his own half. So that doesn't bode well for the second half. Dana's battling for it, and they have numbers. Luckily, yeah, Luke, well done. Luke's getting back to cover up on that. Ralph's getting back to cover 14. We're back in shape, and I think we're in business. Okay, so it's looking good. Dana, well done, Dana, because Dana is playing, I think, left wing now, and he's actually made a half-pitch run to get that back. And again he's off, and he's making himself making a nuisance of himself. Okay, so we've done midfield. Sorry, we've done the centre backs. The goalkeeper. Let's close up on the goalkeeper, please, Peter. Now, this is definitely a recent acquisition. Lewis. Let me just get your second name here. Lewis Walker. Now, this is into the wind. That doesn't look an impressive kick, but trust me, he's actually belted the leather off that to get it that far. Now, Lewis came in, I think, the same season that Ralph joined, and he effectively, there was a vying for well done, Luke. Luke's actually having a good game here. I think he's on, at the moment, if I had to pick man of the match, it would be Luke. Anyway, and he came in, there was a goalkeeper in place at the time, whose name I've forgotten. James. Now, James... was a mixed talent, shall we say. He was a mixed talent. He was not good in the air, but he was a big lad, very brave, very committed, not a bad shot stopper. And Lewis came in and very quietly took over his position. And ever since he did that, he has got better and better and better. And we'll talk about this in the second half, I think. Let's just wait for the corner and see what happens here. Decent ball, no one on the far post for it. And 24 manages to get hold of it and hook it back into the box, and Lewis, look at that, that's great hands, fantastic distribution. And frankly, this is what I was talking about, that he has made himself not just number one, so secure the slot, he's made himself one of our best players, I think. Alex?
Well, he actually started his life as an outfield player.
Stats, fantastic.
But I think it was he came to the rescue of the team as requested by the management.
Well, and he's the way to guarantee yourself a starting place is to go in goal. Okay, the way to guarantee yourself a miserable life is to go in goal as well, right? So, but he's taken to it fantastic, and his dad, whom I can't see him, he's usually here, is one of the most ardent travelling fans I've ever met as a parent. He absolutely loves coming to watch Lewis play.
If you want a quote for a fellow goalkeeper, go to the linesman who used to play in goal.
Okay, all right, well, that's a good one actually, Paul. Paul, we're talking about Lewis and his goalkeeping abilities and how he's come in as a starter, as a starter as a goalkeeper and turned himself into not just a regular first choice, but actually first name on the team sheet.
Yeah, decent keeper. Hang on, I might have to do some work here. Oh, top clearance, and that's the ability of having someone who's played on pitch out in goal now.
So I understand you used to be a goalkeeper yourself, and he's got, with that, our expert backup summariser has run down the sideline because he still has his official duties to perform. But we'll get him back to hear about Lewis a bit later on. Okay, Alex, we've been going here now, I think. Well, we're close to half time actually. Time has flown here. How do you think it's gone so far this half?
I think it's been an interesting game. There's been a few tackles flying in, but in general, I think we're well worthy of our 1-0.
Yeah, that's probably about right. There's not been that many clear-cut chances, but such as there have been, I think we've had a little more possession than them. And I have to say, we've just seen the rarest of things there. Dana has been hacked by one of their players, not maliciously, he's just like clumsily. And Dana has not gone off in one, which is incredible because he's got the shortest of fuses, Dana, and he's managed to keep his stuff together, which is fantastic.
To go with those short legs.
Actually, Dana looks like he's lost a bit of weight, actually. I think he's trimmed up. It may be because he is too busy smoking them fags nowadays.
Well, you know he's modelling for Primark, don't you?
You see, I so want to believe that. I so want to believe that. Okay, so Mr. Moser, I don't think has checked his watch yet, so we have a few minutes remaining in this half. And as we're seeing it out, Hampstead FC have got possession of a good part of the pitch and are trying to make something of it. And, well, is that Harry? That is Harry, isn't it? Yeah, Harry Saunders there. They've done a decent job there, but unfortunately 12, whom I have to say remains their best player and their worst over-celebrator. Is the keeper going to get some love as well? No, he's given up. He hasn't quite got the whole member of the team. 12, their best player, has nicked a goal, and I thought actually Harry Saunders has done quite well to control things. He's nicked it off them, and to be fair to him, that's quite a decent finish actually. That's quite a decent finish. So it's 1-1, and that's probably, I know we were just saying 1-0 is a decent representation, but we haven't had that many clear chances. Hampstead FC have kept themselves in the game throughout, frankly, to their great credit. They've kept going. Again, I have to say, with a man down, all credit to them, and they've got a goal. They probably deserve it. Yeah, they probably deserve it. And there you are, that is half-time. And I think we may find time, Peter, if that's okay, to have some half-time interviews to some of the parents. I don't know how we're going to transport all this. Shall I get the parents here? Shall I bring them to the camera?
No, I'll take this off.
Yeah. Okay. We are walking. We are walking in this. So this is a little bit like the Fil Rouge in It's a Knockout. We're attempting. All we need is penguin sims, frankly. We're going to attempt to walk with about 10 trillion cables in our hands across the pitch. So if I take mine, you take yours, Nick. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay. Oh, it's traditional for Lewis. You used to play in goal. In fact, let's have. Can you introduce yourself, please, Prop?
I'm Paul. I'm running the line today impartially as ever.
Yeah. Okay, but you're not here for the good of your health. You are whose farm?
Thomas's.
And how do you think, Paul, is going to be when the season ends and there's no more football for you and you never have to see your son play again? Because that's a contract. We get our Sundays back up.
Yeah, that'd be great, but we've got to find something else to do on a Sunday morning, and we maybe have to go and come play with my team or something like that at some time.
You're still playing?
I haven't played this year. I did play last year. I haven't played this year.
And your position, sir?
I was playing in goal last year. I played 3 games in goal last year. So.
Okay. And just to finish off the Lewis conversation, Lewis, in your estimation, where does he rank amongst the keepers that you've seen playing for the club?
Yeah, well, I think that he's probably now come on and he's probably the best goalkeeper I've seen playing for Chorleywood in Tom's time.
And that's from someone that knows what he's talking about. Okay, let's go and see the other parent, shall we? Thank you, Paul. That was... I tell you what, there's something in it. And our players have gone into the changing room. It's like Can you see another parent? 'Cause otherwise we're just walking into. Oh. I don't know who they are. Okay. Okay. Well, let's go. Well, this is not a parent, but this is Floyd. This is Ralph's brother Floyd, who has passed into back. Floyd. Okay, so this is Floyd Thompson. This is Ralph's older brother, whom I used to coach and blah blah blah. So, Floyd, how do you think it's going?
Not well, to be honest. We've got a man extra, and it looks like we're the one team with fewer players.
Now, why is that? Do you blame the coaching staff?
I'm not saying I'm blaming the coaching staff, but I wouldn't be playing 4-4-2 when I've got no strikers.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's been the perennial problem for this team, I think, where there's no designated, proper, authenticated centre forward, and you can see that again this morning, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there are two ways to play against a team with fewer players. You either overpower them in midfield, or you stretch them up the wings, and we're doing neither. So I drop one of the strikers into midfield, play 4-5-1.
Now, I thought Paul's commentary was good in his analysis, but that, frankly, is top draw.
I retire.
Okay, let's Roy came on this morning.
Yeah,
right, let's go and find another parent, shall
the assassin.
we?
I just saw Richard Saunders going into the bog. Maybe we can catch him.
Yeah, let's go and invade their personal space, shall we? So this is unheard of access. We're about to try and enter the player's inner sanctum. Thank you very much. I might actually send you in, if I may, just to see if you can grab one of the coaching staff for a half. No, Mr. Moser. Mr. Moser. I know you have to be impartial and all the rest of it, but can we have a couple of words with you? Not about who you think, how you think the game's going. How do you think the players are behaving, and in particular the Chorleywood players, because they're the ones who care about most? Are they giving you any lip on the pitch?
No, it's no real verbals at the moment. Only the first half of the match was quite tame. The ball, I think, spent most of the time up in the air. It changed after the Chorleywood player came in with that late tackle. And since then, the temperature's gone up a bit. But no, nothing that looks like it's going to get out of control.
Yeah, I have to say actually, the opposition, who I'm not sure we've played them before, and if we have, I've forgotten it immediately, seem like a well-ordered set of young gentlemen actually, who are playing it in the right manner. If you know what I mean, firm, committed, but you give a decision and they get on with it.
Yeah, by and large, I mean there haven't been too many fouls or too many occasions to actually stop the game, they're fairly well mannered, good temperament. So hopefully that will continue in the second half.
Thank you, Mr. Moser. Thank you very much. Okay, should we see if we can get one of the coaching staff out here for a half time? Nick, can I just hold that for you? We're sending in our. Oh, here we are, Richard Saunders. Okay. So, just like to introduce you to, in fact, introduce yourself, please. Your name, sir?
Richard Saunders.
And a coach and manager. You get double wages for that, do you?
We do. It's pretty tense in there at the moment. We're getting the Alex Ferguson hairdryer treatment in there from Pete. All collectively, all 11, I think, are still in the pub.
Well, now that's interesting. We had a bit of analysis from our top pundit over there, Floyd, Ralph's brother, and he thinks that there are two ways to play against a team with less players. One is to either overrun them in midfield or stretch them at the wings, and apparently we're doing neither.
You need to be down the wing, you need to be running more down the wing. They're a much more physical side in front of goal, and we're just letting them run through, and that last goal just proves it. So it's 1-1 now. Gave it away just before half-time, really poor. We've got to up the game now. I think you'd see a much better change in the second half. We're going to win this 3-1. That's my prediction.
Well, you've heard it here first. Now, more importantly, the last game is next week. After that, you get your Sundays back forever. What are you going to do with them?
DIY, usual things, homebrew.
Homebrew, it's not 1973, you know. We've moved on.
This is moonshine, right?
Where are we? We haven't turned up yet. Get 'em out.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. Could you send Trevor out if that's okay?
Come on! Come on!
No.
Come on!
Anywhere else. Okay, should we see if we can just earwig on the side of the changing room? Let's see if we can earwig on the side of the changing room. See if we can hear that. Oh, that's very good. Very good as they come out the changing room. We just to see
if anyone.
And here's Dana leading the team out.
Go on, Louis!
Squinting into the sunlight. Okay, now here's Trevor Mullen. Can we have a quick word with you, please, Trevor? Now, can you talk us through? I know it's the inner sanctum, and we didn't come and invade there, only because we didn't get there in time, frankly. Can you talk me through what yourself and Peter said to the boys at half-time?
It was a little bit of a hairdryer moment, I have to say. It was a look back in the first half, and I think what we said is that started well, but then a little bit went to pieces. Lots of long balls, and we went through to the guys. Let's get the ball on the ground. Let's make sure we keep our shape. Nice compact, not seeing the ping pong, the tennis football we saw at the end of the first half. So we're expecting good things from the second half. Hopefully, I can come back and embarrass me. But that's where we are.
Any formation changes?
Yep, formation change. What we did, we moved Ralph out to the right. We put Hamish into the centre, just to solidify that midfield. Get the battle, make sure that the guys are there, they control the ball, they distribute the ball.
Please come over here.
I'll hand across to my co-manager.
We'll catch Pete, we'll catch you after the game if that's all right. All right, let's get back to our positions. Thank you very much, Trevor. Thank you very much. So, as we make our way back to the halfway line, there you go. Do you know what? This has turned out to be a rather professional half-time show, I think. Not bad, is it? We can clip, if we just knock in a couple of adverts here, I think ESPN might pick this up. Peter, we're on the pitch. Peter, we're on the pitch. Peter, we're on the pitch. And we undersuit you because of these microphones, so there's no, we can't just abandon you. Okay, so the game has kicked off again. You heard the half-time punditry, particularly from Floyd, who I thought was absolutely bang on. He absolutely nailed it. Rhino. And you also heard it from the managers who didn't say it quite as articulately, but I think the message was pretty much, there are 10 of them, 11 of you. Use your heads, and we can win this game. I think. Okay. So we're just putting our camera back into position. The commentators are getting themselves back into position. The players are getting themselves back into the game. And I wonder what the Hampstead manager said to their lads at half-time. Excuse me, Peter. Cable soup. Oh, no. This. Hang on. No, Peter, stay still. Hang on. Oh, my God. Alex, carry on.
And it's quite a start to the second half.
Peter!
Goalkeepers moseying around while
Sorry,
one of the players
some
ties
cable
his laces.
shenanigans here.
Yep, this is serious action.
When I nod my head, you hit it. Okay.
Right, let's see where this kick
Meanwhile,
goes.
there is a game going on here somewhere.
Oh, that was
and
pathetic.
there you go. You know, we talked in the first half about the goalkeeper and his kick.
Yes.
He's now into the wind, and that was shocking. If I was the manager, I'd have someone actually stood on the edge of the penalty area there. Okay, so Alex, what do you think? We've heard it from the pundits, we've heard it from the managers. What do you think about the first half performance?
I think it was summarised quite well, to be honest, by your son. In terms of the tactical lack of cohesiveness towards the latter half of the first half, and what we really want to see is a bit more commitment, because as parents we come out here, we have done for years, we drive them everywhere around the country.
Long suffering.
Absolutely, and we don't mind doing it. Why? Because we actually like to watch them playing football, and as you said, I'd like to watch them playing football.
Yeah, well actually I also, the one thing actually we didn't hear from any of the pundits or any of the management staff was anything about Hampstead. Now, we'll go back to this actually. I think they're playing in the right manner and they are sticking to their game plan. They are sticking to their positions on the pitch. They're obviously been well drilled. They know what they're about. I mean, they're not like us. They're not Bayern Munich or anything like that, but they are sticking to their plan. And look at this guy here. Look at this guy. What was he, number 14? The effort he's put in to try and get that back. You know, it's not all about us, this game. It's about the opposition as well. And I think they're doing all right. I think they're actually doing themselves quite proud.
That was a pretty good move by Ralph there. Picked up the ball and, you know, I think it seemed to pass you by because you're too busy talking about their number 14.
Yeah. Okay, so. He has 12. Yet again, 12 is their best player. And that's a beautiful ball. That was a beautiful ball to 19, who hasn't quite got the touch.
That's great reading of the game.
Harrison is berating the rest of his players, particularly in the midfield, because we allowed them to march straight through the middle of the pitch. Lovely play, by the way. And we could have been in serious trouble there. In fact, we were in serious trouble there, were it not for a slightly misplaced touch. Anyway, the net result is Hampstead have a corner.
We should acknowledge the reading of the game from Harrison there to cover.
Well, Harry actually, I think, is quite a good player. Actually, I know we had a little bit of, the player profile in the first half with him, but I actually think he's a pretty good player. And I can understand why he was captain whenever he was. Not a bad cross there, an uncontested header, and we should just get rid of that. Anywhere will do. And Ralph has got hold of it, and he's played a beautiful ball, James Mine. Look at the weight of that pass. Crunch. Well done, Ralph. Well done, Ralph. I've got a feeling the second half may well be Ralph's half. I think he may be up for it now. Having had the Peter Black hairdryer treatment at half-time. Okay, so we talked about the goalkeeper, we talked about defence in the first half. Let's have a look at player profiles now, well, because he's right next to us. That is going to catch the win and go straight to the goalkeeper. Can we have a close-up on Ralph, please? Okay. Ralph! Wave. Okay, so that's Ralph Thompson. I'm not going to say anything about him because it's going to sound like gushing fatherhood. I mean, Alex, Ralph, what do you think?
I think that the games when we don't have Ralph in midfield, it is very easy to see, for the simple reason that he has a motor on him, he's committed, he's got a fantastic tackle, he stealth-like takes people out of the game without people knowing, and I would just love to be invited over once to see the collection of legs he's amassed over the years, because I don't doubt there's quite a few.
As he slowly sticks the stiletto blade in between your rib cage and twists. Yes. Okay, well that's probably about the finest analysis of Ralph, who is trying to make the bet of the 30-70 ball. Can he get it back? He's still onto it. Look at him go, look at him go. And Charlie, unlucky. Yeah, and they just hack it out from the back and away we go.
Of course, what you haven't said about Ralph is there was that fantastic game when he turned up in his flip-flops.
Oh, Techers! Oh!
Such was his confidence.
Yeah, he turned up for an away game, and this is Enfield. This is not like going to, Rickmansworth. This is Enfield. Got out of the car and went, oh, yeah, no, my boots are at home. I'm wearing flip-flops. Thanks, then, Ralph. Well done, son. Luckily, Harry's dad had a spare pair in the car, which I still think we've got actually somewhere. I must give them back to you. Okay, so that's Ralph, and the game goes on. Oh, I say. Okay, so a little bit scrappy because the ball's actually right next to us here. And we have Harry looking for someone to make it's their ball. It's their ball. Okay. All right. That is ours. Oh, that isn't ours. Oh, that's a controversial decision. Never mind. Okay, so we've had a series. It's a bit like rugby union, this, with they're kicking for territory by keep throwing it up the sideline and us kicking out into touch. Anyway, so we're halfway inside our own half. There's a foul throw because he just actually pushed it to him. Tom hooks it out, and who was it? I think it was a referee saying something about a lack of quality. A good example of that. There's no really clear possession on it. And that looked like his weaker foot, actually. And I'm sorry, sir. I know I keep saying that you're the best player in your position, but if that isn't your weaker foot, that's a shocking shot, because you've... Well, I don't know what you've done there. It's basically a floaty cross into the other pitch. Okay, never mind. All right, look, another player profile, Peter, if you have the opportunity. We're going to look at now player number 8, Charlie Black. He's too far away actually, so we'll wait till it gets a little bit closer. Oh, hang on, what's he given? He's given, Mr. Moser's given, yeah, okay, a push. So he's given it to Chorleywood. I think that was 50-50 actually. There's a little bit of verbals going between the players, but I think it's all fairly amicable, frankly. And Harry, with the wind behind his back, is going to launch it into the opposition half. Catches the wind, they allow it to bounce, and James uses his strength, and he's got in behind the defence here. Now let's see what we can do. Yes, skin him is a call from Harry.
Don't give him another go.
Oh, they don't want to be playing it out from there. Oh, that's a very high risk proposition he's done there.
Come on, boys.
And we have a throw in a decent position. Okay.
Keep it going, guys.
So
Come on.
Charlie Black is number 8. Peter, see number 8 with his back to you there. Okay, got him? Yeah, okay, thanks. Right, Alex, Charlie Black, manager's son, I think, Peter's son?
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, James, be more committed than that. That's horrible. Don't wait for it to drop, son. Himesh is going to shoot. Whoosh, and that's a corner. That's a corner. Yeah, okay, there's no doubt in my mind. As soon as he saw that, he thought, wind behind my back, no one else in front of me, have a shot. And that's why he plays central defence usually. Okay, so Charlie Black, manager's son. What do you think, Alex?
Touted to be our playmaker. Sort of
lovely
takes
ball that, lovely ball that. Oh, and we are ball watching a little bit there. So we'll get back to Charlie in a moment as Harrison does his best, very high up the pitch actually, to get the ball back for us. Oh dear. Oh, Luke. Oh, Luke. Sorry. Okay, back to Charlie.
Yeah. So Charlie Black, like the family, they're from Newcastle, and as we'd say with all the great Newcastle players, he's our playmaker in the midfield area. Spreads the ball well, holds the ball up well. Tactically aware of what's going on around him.
Oh, well done, Tom. Well done, Tom. Well done, Tom. Good stuff, Dana. We'll get on to Dana. Dana's been so low key today, isn't he? I mean, he's playing all right, but I mean, he's not giving anybody any verbals at all.
Why did you say that?
Well, I know it's the kiss of death, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, okay. And how long has Pete been manager for? Head coach, probably I'd describe him.
4 years, 5 years.
Yeah. Okay, so he's actually a relative Johnny-come-lately, actually. So was there a power struggle when he came in and said, I'm the silverback here, I'm in charge?
No, I think it was just a case of no one else wanted it.
Yeah, that's right. So here's the hand grenade with the pin out, it's all yours. Okay, so now Ralph is attempting some techers. He's good strength, Ralph, and he's still got the ball. Can he get it into the box? Kind of a scuffy effort. Look at Himesh go. Well done, Himesh, and well done, Tom. Between you, yep, nice.
Like I said to
Snuffed
you
out.
earlier, Hansen-esque, reads the game well.
Yeah.
Stepped over there,
Yeah.
floated.
Okay. Right. Who are we missing out on? Is Nick? Who?
Oh, no,
Hang
Nick's
on.
in his usual position on the subs bench.
Is he still bench warming?
He is.
Doesn't look like him. Oh no, hang on, he's not wearing a bib. Okay, we've got 2 on the bench. Okay, that explains it.
The least threatening hoodie.
Oh, Dana sold him short there. Dana has sold him short, and there's a break down the left here. Okay, oh God, we were lucky there. Oh, Tekker's Harry. He's played a little flick, a reverse flick through his legs. Okay, no one did very well there. Here we've got the ball back. again, I will re-emphasise the wind is fairly brisk here. So if they don't play a high line, yeah, they haven't done. All right, so we're trying to play it through midfield this time. Oh, Linford Christie couldn't get that. Look at that. Oh, Dana, to be fair to him, has had a half attempt at it, but I mean, that's ludicrous. Now,
Alan Wells,
now
surely.
look how deep we're playing for this free kick. We know the wind's against him. We know he's got a weak kick, and look, there is absolutely no pressure on his keeper whatsoever.
No.
None.
And in Seb,
I mean, look at that. That's a dreadful kick.
No, and we will continue to do that.
And we've actually just let them play it up to halfway without any competition with the ball. And they've got a good chance here. 12's on it again, and it was on his favoured left foot as well.
Well played, Ralph.
Really made something. And Ralph, I have to say, I haven't talked about him a lot this morning. Ralph has done magnificently well there. He's seen his difficulty, he's seen the danger, and he's cleared it up. Good lad. Good lad. Okay, so there's a corner.
Do you want to talk to the opposition lino?
We'll have a few words with Lino in a moment. We'll just see how this corner works out first. Floats in the middle. Oh, well done. Ralph again is cleared up in the middle there. And that's one-on-one with their best player, I think. And that's a horrible bobble. Oh, you can look at that on YouTube later. That's not your fault. And great credit again to you. You have actually made your way, number 4, the whole length of the pitch to go and clear up after that mistake, which was created by the pitch conditions there. So good on you, number 4. Well done. Good commitment. And we have got ourselves a foul, I think, and a free kick in a good position for, what was it, foul play? What happened there?
I do think you have to go back one step and just make the point about Tom's silky run through the centre of midfield as a defender.
Well, it's a 50-50 thing, isn't it? That's a 50-50 thing there. So yes, that was actually a good piece of, good example of both teams putting commitment to the game and following up on their assignments. You know, putting their work out on the pitch to try and make something of it. Now, Dane is our free kick specialist. He'll be shooting from here, I absolutely guarantee you. And he shoots, and he nearly scores goal of the century. Oh, Dana. And can we have a close-up of Dana? Dan Anderson here, number 11. Dana! Wave! He's actually one of my favourite players of all time. Not because he's particularly good, although he's got some good techers. And not because he's particularly, should we say law-abiding, but what he is fantastically entertaining. He has the worst disciplinary record. Well, basically, there's him and the rest of the team, and he has more points than the rest of the team put together because he just can't help but talk.
You can't fault his passion. He is Pam Ayres on the football pitch.
But what he is, and that free kick is a good example, actually. Some of his technique is absolutely imperious. His free kicking ability is excellent, and he will be a little disappointed in the result that free kick attempted there. But, you know...
Kevin Bacon's turned up.
His tech... Foot loose. So anyway, there's a game going on in the background here, and we're in a very good position, and he's been nudged in the back, Luke, there, and the referee has given what a goal kick.
Can I offer an alternative to Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, we will come back to Dan Anderson in a moment.
Surely the Fonz.
God, it is, it's Fonzie. It's Arthur Fonzie, really.
It is the Fonzie, 40 years on.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, happy days.
Peter, surely he knows. He must know. Okay, there is. By the way, there is still a game going on over here. Just while Lewis clears up, let's talk about Dan a little more. So Dan has been playing for a long time, I think.
Yes.
And your opinion?
Oh, can't knock his passion. Can't knock his drive.
Good ball. James is onto it. Oh, fantastic save, keeper! That, I've been giving him some chip, frankly, for his terrible kicking, but that was quality. That was absolute quality, and 21 is giving him a bit of a high five there, because he knows that was a guaranteed goal. and that's a stonewall goal, and the keeper has done fantastically there.
While he did save it, I have to say, I thought he just flapped a couple of hands of it and got lucky.
That's very harsh. That's very harsh. No, that is... You can replay that, keeper, as an old man and say, you know what, I could play a little bit, you know. Point that at your kids. Okay, so the corner's come in. It was a fairly free, uncontested header, and we've done our very best to play it back into their possession. I've just built their keeper up here, but look where we are. What pressure are we putting on this kick? And he just cannot kick it. He just can't. I mean, that's woeful. Oh, and we've just let it go, and that's... as the game comes onto the touchline.
Well, I've never seen Howard move so fast.
Yeah. All right, so we've got Dan, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's talk about our forward line in a moment. That again was a foul throw because he's on the pitch when he did that. Can we have a close-up, please, of James Mullin, the guy with the green boots over there? See it? James!
Keep it going!
Yeah, that'll do. All right, so James Mullin is our captain. Now, is it coincidental that our captain is also the manager's son, Alex?
No, absolutely not. It could. James is there because he is a leader. You can hear him shouting all across the pitch. You can see him running like Forrest Gump from one end to the other. Without him, we surely wouldn't have the impetus that we have on the pitch.
Well, that's unmitigated praise. Are you on commission for that commentary, by the way?
It's what James told me to say before the game.
Yeah, well, you're bang on. Let's have a word with the opposition line-o, please. Your name, please, sir?
It's Richard Parsons.
And you're obviously here not as a paid professional linesman. You're probably a father of one of the players.
Two of the players, actually. Two of the blonde players. You can see one right back, one centre mid. The Parsons boys, the twins, as they're known, the Hatchet twins. Very proud performance. We're a team ravaged by not teenagers who have obviously stayed in bed this morning, so we've only got 9 people.
Well, we are doing our best to make it look like you've got 13. I'll let you get back to your job, sir. Thank you very much.
James, hold it! Hold it! Hold it!
There you go. So James, only 1 foot, and it's his right one. He would do anything other than put it on his left foot there. And okay. All right. Now, let's have a look. He's kicking from his hand now. We've not seen this before. That's equally lame, unfortunately. Well played, Harry. Not. Crunch. All right, so James Mullin. Can we have some more serious commentary about James, rather than the hagiography is self-referential, isn't it? Rather than the paid commercial you've just given to him.
Well, Mr. Mullins does like to take a shot. Best seen on a rugby pitch. But
he used to play rugby with Ralph, actually. Under 13s, I found a team picture of them the other day. I put it on that WhatsApp thing. I never realised. I must have seen him play before, but it doesn't ring any bells.
One thing you can say about James is he's got a huge engine on him. He goes up and down the pitch consistently.
Oh, well done, Seb! Unlucky, Seb! Yeah, unlucky. We were nearly in business.
Still playing 4-4-2?
Do you know what? It's so blimmin' hard to tell. I'm going to get Floyd across the moment to ask him some more of his punditry and his analysis. Okay. Now, who have we got left? We've got Nick. We've got Seb, obviously, to have a look at. Who's the other guy in substitute? Harry Warren, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Okay, Nick. Okay, and that's, I mean, as their lino said, they've got, actually I can't do the numbers, but he said 9, well maybe it is 9. We are, despite that, we're doing our very level best to make it look like they've got 5 in midfield. Look at that, look at that. You know, it's unbelievable. Look, they've got 4 people in the box there, and we've given him a fairly decent chance to cross it in, which he's done. And if it wasn't for a decent block by, we'll have a look at the replay. Who was it? Who blocked it?
I didn't see it.
Okay, whoever it was that blocked it did a decent job. That was it, because he made decent contact with
It was
that.
somebody wearing a hooped top.
It's like, it wasn't. All we know, it wasn't Seb, because he's still centre forward. Could have been anybody else. All right, now he's kicking. Oh dear. So the second time this morning, Hampstead have very generously donated their corner to our goal kick appeal, and just played back to us so we can start again, which is very generous of them. So we're making them look not bad, and we're making ourselves look the opposite, frankly, at the moment. And I think actually it's my fault. And I'll tell you why, because every time I bring these cameras out, every time I do an outside broadcast, the standard of play is just, well, we'll ask Floyd actually, because I've videoed a couple of your games. Every game I videoed of yours, how do you describe it?
Pretty atrocious, to be honest. Some of the worst games I've ever seen or played in.
So what you basically get, unfortunately, which we have again this morning, is long periods of me and my expert summariser monologuing and a whole heap of indifference. Now, it's a foot race and 12 is going to win this one, and there's luckily we have fouled our way into a position to get it back. Now, is that Dana who's done that?
Yes.
Good lad, Dana. He's really picked his game up this morning. I don't know what it is, but he's good lad. Well done.
I think he said the scouts are here.
Go on, give us the brownies or the girl guides line that follows that up. Yeah. Okay, another foul throw, because he's done the kind of like this lilting rainbow kind of limp-wristed effort to get it into play. Nevertheless, the referee, Mr. Moses, let it go, and we have another corner. Now, will he be kind enough just to kick it straight into touch again? I fancy not, actually. Do we ever change a goal kicker for this one? Don't know. Anyway, here we go. Let's see what they can make of it. A terrible delivery that Ralph gets his foot on, tracking it down. Here comes a foul. Here comes a foul from Ralph. Now he's managed to get it. He's off on the run. James with his back to goal. That's a brilliant ball, and Seb is in. Has he got the composure to put it away? Yes, no. Oh. Okay, well, I have to say Seb's finish there was weak. It was on target, but it was weak. The goalkeeper did well enough. Hilarious. As James attempts to use number 12 as a climbing frame. Okay, so the shot was a bit tame. The keeper did well there because he stood his position, he held his ground, he waited for the shot, and he got enough on it to slow it down. And then the left or right back, I can't remember who, came in and cleared it up. And that was a really decent opportunity made, I think, by Ralph's determination to start with. James holding the ball up and a delicious ball into Seb. So, actually, should we talk about Seb? Number 9, please. Seb! Yeah, okay. So, Seb is very much a new player. I think he joined the same time as Ralph.
Not sure.
Okay. Expert summariser. I'm going to take the expert out of your name. Come up with something more pithy than that. Just lie. Doesn't matter. Who's going to know? Who is going to know?
Well, Seb is certainly committed. He gets into good positions on a regular occasion in terms of reading the game, but what he does need to do is get a little bit more committed in his strength of his shot. Oh, look at Ralph.
That,
he wouldn't be.
That is classic Ralph. That is absolutely classic Ralph. That's what we pay our season ticket for. That's what we pay a license fee for. There's only one person ever going to get that ball, and it was Ralph. And that the Hampstead player he's actually giving me a bit of a look. He's just basically been mugged by Ralph in plain sight. You can press charges later. See you at Shady Lane. Sorry, we're back talking about Seb. Sorry, Alex.
As a striker, he reads the game well, does get into good positions, but needs to get a bit more meat behind some of his shots to benefit from his good thinking, tactical thinking.
That, sir, is a horror back of the shot. Now I actually realise you are right-footed. because you set yourself up just for that one shot, and that's a shank. It's a shank.
Have you
Never mind.
noticed though, whichever side is playing in that direction has been shanking the shots in that direction?
Oh, yeah, that
Both teams.
may be wind affected. Do you
Yeah,
think?
you know, Ralph had it. We had a couple of others there, and now even the opposition are doing the same thing.
Okay, can we have, let's talk to Floyd again. So we are, well, let's say we're 25 minutes into this second half, and your half-time analysis was you either overrun the midfield or you stretch them wide. What do you see has changed, if anything, this second half?
I actually can't see any change at all. It does appear that we have one striker standing further forward than we did before, and we do appear to be playing it longer down the wings, but we don't appear to be getting the ball from these passes down the wings.
Okay, so you are the manager now. What would you do?
I don't know, probably just give up. I don't know. I mean, I don't know who we've got on the bench. I think we need to tell one of the strikers to be a striker and just play with one person right on the back of the defence. And we need to drop someone else into midfield, because we're now getting overrun in midfield ourselves. We keep getting caught on the counter with three of them coming against two.
No, part of that reason, I think, my own analysis is that Ralph has been taken out from the centre mid and been put in the right wing, and Himish has been put in the middle. Well, that was a tactical change made at half-time, actually.
I mean, I do like Ralph on the wing, but he does make quite a big difference in the middle. I think if you had him next to Himesh, with Charlie as well, I think it is, who plays in midfield, then we'd probably be in business. But that's not what we're doing at the moment. I'm not really sure who's playing up front.
Okay, thank you. Expert analysis from Floyd. An ex-player, obviously. An ex-player. For this club, in fact. For this club. In this age group, he was... sorry, Floyd, to do you. He was their top scorer in the final season. So if he was playing for this team now, he would be... Oh, keeper's got a little lucky there. Who's that on the floor rolling around? Dana. Of course it's Dana. Yes. Okay, so meanwhile, the game kind of meanders on in the background here. Just to, as a reminder to everyone, this is Chorleywood Youth Football Club, under 18 red, snappily titled team versus Hampstead FC, and it's a beautiful, beautiful morning. It's actually perfect conditions for football. And Harry is doing his very best to give it to the opposition, doesn't quite manage it. Ralph puts the pressure on. It's good defending, actually. He's done well there. He's done well. And Harrison slipped, and 19 is in, and he shoots, and he nearly scores a fantastic goal. And in a game which was a little short of quality, has been a little short of quality, that was actually pretty decent. Actually, it started, if you cast your mind back, to some really very classy defending from Hampstead FC's left back, who not only cleared up, he made a ball to the midfield. He played it into space. Actually, one of their guys picked it up, slipped in their cars. We're not set up to play against them, are we? I don't understand it, Alex.
Well, when I look at the team right now, we seem to be getting slightly overrun in midfield, and certainly we're not spreading the ball to the wings. Henry Sutton's not here today, and the other winger is on the sideline, so I just don't get it.
Okay, so I think what we're looking for, because the commitment's high, actually, the players are up for it, I can tell you that. What we're looking for is a little bit, well, two things. One is composure, I think, on the ball, and the second is just a little moment of quality from someone.
Well, we need to spread the play, right?
A little moment of quality which actually, stamps a bit of authority on the game. And I can tell you, Dan is going to be sprinting across the pitch saying, "That's my ball, thank you." And is James on the pitch? James is on the pitch, and he's going, "Yeah, okay, no, that's mine actually." And Dana isn't. Dana is actually leaving it to James. Now, do you think he'll shoot, or do you think he'll cross?
I think he'll miss.
I think actually what he should do is play a 50-50 ball and try and aim for that top left-hand corner, a floaty one, and see what happens. And that's exactly what he's done there. Oh, hasn't quite dropped for us, but James has got it back. Unfortunately, his first touch has slightly let him down, but we've still got the ball. And he's going to attempt a Roy of the Rover style run, and he's actually just managed to give it away to their right winger, who's got a little bit of pace actually. And well done, Himish. Well done, Himish. Snubbed out the danger. And the score remains 1-1.
They are very organised in the way the opposition are playing. Because despite the fact that they're one or two light as players.
Now that's all credit. Here's my research again, Nick. You're going to love this. To Mr. I still can't read his name. Ian Hampstead. Oh, I've just got Lino. Sorry, Ian's second name is Hargreaves. I've got Hampstead down here. Oh dear. Okay. Well, Mr. Hargreaves. In that case, we can put that down to the organisation of Mr. Hargreaves. And yep, the coaching has obviously paid off. Oh, we're a change of opinion again, please.
Heppenstall.
Mr. Heppenstall, can't read my own writing. Mr. Heppenstall, the pundits think that you have organised your team well, so congratulations to you, sir.
Yes.
So,
my mind is already moving on to the burger bar over there.
Well, I mean, that's one of the great disadvantages of setting this thing up. The advantage of doing this is you don't have to run the touchline.
Yes.
The disadvantage is you are a light year away from the burger bar. You know, I mean, it's just over the other side of the pitch. It may as well be in Pluto, frankly.
My good man, how wrong you are. Because with 5 minutes to go, you are on your own.
You're going to down tools.
Oh, yes. Down tools, gob, open, burger, here I come.
Okay, so we think we talked about all the players on the pitch. No, we haven't actually. We've had a substitution. We've had. Is that Harry Warren 10?
Harry Warren still sat on the sidelines.
Hang on, who's 10? Let's have a look. Yeah, no, it's Harry Warren. Harry Warren is 10. He's come back on. Look.
Yeah, so has Nick.
Okay, so
who's come off?
We've had some substitutions. We'll pick out Harry in a moment. Ralph is just trying to pressure this guy into giving away a free kick, a throw in. Go get him, Ralph! Go get him, Ralph! Oh! Charlie's touch slightly lets him down.
So Luke's come off, and
okay, we've got some pace back on the pitch.
I think Dan. Is it Dan? Dan's gone
James
off as well.
has James gone off? That would be the obvious substitution, I think, if you're putting Harry on the pitch. In any event.
Sorry, Luke is still there. Yeah.
Okay, so Harry and Nick are on.
Yeah, James is off.
They're both miles away for doing player profiles. But we'll see if we can have a go at this. Can you have a close-up of 10, please? There.
Harry! Harry!
Okay, he's obviously a bit camera shy there. Anyway, Harry Warren, what do you reckon?
He's got a great ability to hold the ball up and brings other players into play.
The briefest of summaries there. Let me have a go at this as well. The perennial issue with this team has been ever since I've been watching, as Ralph's touch slightly lets him down there, but we get a throw in, has been the lack of obvious centre forward, and we've had a number of guys try it, and I think, for my part anyway, the guy that's come closest to actually filling the hole is Harry Warren. I think he's and Ralph. The wind's going to take that. Unfortunately, he hasn't got a touch for it. I think he's done the best out of all the guys that have been up there. If you cast your mind back last year, we had the speedster Mike, who was he should have had everything, but he just didn't have the finish to him. James had a go at it, but he's more of a midfielder, I reckon, stroke winger.
Yeah.
Seb, who have we done something on Seb? Did we done this player profile on Seb? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now Seb's been a game battle, but he's come quite late into the game. But Harry, I think, when he's been put up there and been given the opportunity, and he scored quite a few goals actually.
Against Enfield, he scored a screamer. Do you remember that game?
Yeah.
Away.
So, you know, I think he's been the best of the pick as it were. And he's got a little bit about him, actually. He's got a little bit about him. And there's a good example. Look at that. He's up there, he's battling for it. He wins the knock-on, the tap down or whatever. And unfortunately, there's no one there to back him up. So we've been lacking in two things up front: a real natural goal finisher and a partnership. Because we have in the main played 4-4-2, I think, over the years.
Yes. Yeah. The best striker we had, who left the club 2 years ago, was Dan O.
Oh, I never saw him.
Yeah, he would, literally get you 15, 20 goals a season, every season. You could just put the ball over the top and he would finish. He wouldn't do much else on the pitch, but he would finish every time. He was an absolute assassin.
Okay, so back in the game. How long do you think we've got left? About 10 minutes? Possibly?
Well, then if that's the case, you've got five more minutes of my time.
Fantastic, by the way. He brought that down, trapped it, passed it to Himesh, and Nick is bolting down the left wing. Has he got a left foot to put it in? He's trying to get it onto his right foot. He manages it, he gets it back. Oh. And you saw, well, you couldn't have seen that, the body language from Floyd there, because I think, did you transpose yourself into his position and go, I could finish that? Yeah, with the goals. I will go back to if he'd been playing for us this year. It would have been a different story, I can tell you. Okay, so he didn't take a touch. He went for the first time shot, which I think is all right, actually. Centuries ago, I used to play centre forward, so I kind of half know what I'm talking about here. And if you see the opportunity and you think that's the best time to get it in, even despite the distance rather, then have a go at it. But it wasn't good technique and it wasn't good contact. Anyway, Ralph is off on a Roy of the Rover style run. He passes it to Nick.
I was going to say the ref didn't see.
Nick really fancies it against number 2. He's definitely got the legs on him, and the referee has not called for the foul on Ralph, and I think correctly, actually. I think that was a decent tackle. Ralph has made no complaint about it whatsoever. Well, obviously he never does. Anyway, it's come back. Oh dear, Seb. Oh yeah, and he puts his hand up to apologise, and I could see what he was trying there, Nick.
I was going to say,
Alex.
What he did miss, of course, was over on the left pitch here. Ralph was tugging away at the away player's shirt, and now the player's been remonstrating with the ref. 19 was like, look, he tried to change shirts with me before the end of the game.
Well, that's it. Unfortunately, you can't find genetics. He gets that from me. If you run out of steam, which I think he may have done a little bit here, cheat. Okay, the goalkeeper. Unsurprisingly, the goalkeeper's kick has not got any better in the previous.
Neither has our reading of that situation.
15 minutes in. Exactly, Alex. Exactly. What are we thinking about here?
I don't know. It's just like, come on, guys, this is a freebie.
Yeah. Oh, we have got spectacularly lucky there. Spectacularly lucky, and we're still letting him play inside our box. And if
was that a shot by Nick?
And the call from Floyd there was Jesus Christ. There's a bit of succinct analysis. I think that's probably the best moment of the morning. I mean, WTF would have done as well, frankly. Well, there you go. It's safe to say that no one on the pitch this morning that we were watching, including the referee, will ever make a career or any money out of playing football. And oh dear, we're still trying to make ourselves make life difficult for ourselves. Luckily, Ralph has come in there with a really quality touch, and we are in business. And it's Dana one-on-one with the goalkeeper, still one-on-one, and offside. The referee's played on, and okay, in amongst that, Dana a decent opportunity which he has failed to capitalise on. There's a little bit of handbags between anyway, okay, the game continues. Alex, have you got any? You're the expert summariser. Summarise that.
That passage of play or the game in general?
The game in general.
Bad play, stop play. Would probably be a good way of describing it from
Okay,
Chorleywood's
now we
perspective.
have got a lot of room in the pitch, obviously, because we've got numerical advantage, and we're actually starting to make something of it.
What a save.
Well done, keeper. I know I've been in your back this morning, but well done, keeper. He's again got himself in the right position. Again, he's waited for the shot, so he hasn't gone early, and again, he's got the important touch on it.
A bit like a cheerleader with the pom-poms in the air.
It did look a bit flappy, but for heaven's sake, it's effective.
Yeah.
It's effective. I mean, look at the scoreline. That'll tell you everything. You know, he is basically... It should be 3-1 at the moment, but it isn't. And it's more because the keeper has actually done well when it's really, really mattered.
Go on, Ralph.
And Ralph has absolutely skinned 3 players there and left Nick with the hospital ball, unfortunately. And Nick is still battling away for it. Yeah, and Hampstead are just hacking up the pitch. And unbelievably, despite the numerical advantage we've got, we've left it 2-on-2 at the back. And it's still 2-on-2 at the back. We've just about got bodies back there now. Harry's done well there. Yeah, Harry's done well there.
He didn't commit too early.
Another player profile. Can we look at the guy with the salmon pink boots over there behind?
Nick!
Okay, that's a close-up of Nick Pereira, expert summariser's son. And what do you think of him as a player?
Well, he started his life off as a forward, and for the first 4 seasons played up front, but he's been asked to play out on the wing, and although he's a natural right footer, he's been playing on the opposite wing, but puts his shift in and
that's
does
a
the
great
best for
ball
the
from
team.
Ralph. Oh, Harry hasn't got the legs for it. Oh, I've never realised that. I didn't realise it. Okay, I thought Harry was a bit quicker than that because actually that was a peach from Ralph, an absolute peach. And Harry, look at him limping back onto the pitch here. It's like an Asian cart horse after that one. Okay, I think you know Harry. I think you're a decent player, but perhaps if Mike was playing, he would have got to that. I'll just leave it at that, shall I? All right. So sorry. Back to Alex.
Back to Nick.
Back to Nick.
Yeah.
Back to Nick.
Yeah, no, so, puts in a shift on the wing and does his best for the team. Takes the corners and takes the penalties.
Well, that was going to be my comment, actually, because in a penalty taker, you don't need the person that's got the biggest boot or the person with, should we say, the biggest goal-scoring record. What you want is the person that's got the head for it.
Yes.
And Nick steps up, and he is, I have to say, an assassin of penalty taking. He's cold as ice in front of goal. And I can, again, talking about me for a bit, I used to play up front. I never took penalties because I didn't have the head for it. And it does take a certain mindset to do it. And he's got it. He's absolutely got it. By the way, if it's the 89th minute we get a penalty, he takes it. He's guaranteed to miss now.
Yes, yeah.
Just setting himself up for that one.
Yeah. I have
up.
to say, every time he takes it, I have to look the other way.
Yeah. Okay. So there can't be a lot of time left in this game, I fancy. It's still 1-1. All the goals coming in the first half. The second half, I think, would be categorised as, have we given a foul for that? No, he hasn't given a foul for that. 50-50, a little bit of, neither one thing or the other. James is protesting about it. Yeah, I didn't see a lot in that. And here we go. Goalkeeper's kick yet again.
And look, we've got nobody near.
Look at that. Oh. That's simply dreadful. And I don't mean from the keeper, because we know that's all he can do and he's trying his best. I mean from us. Look at the way we're set up to defend against, to try and pick that up. That's shocking. I mean, that is shocking from us, that with a numerical advantage and a goalkeeper kicking into the wind with a weak foot, that we are, I don't know what on earth we're doing there, frankly. Anyway, so in a few minutes that are left, again I'm going to blame myself for this really rather dreadful game this morning, which is being filmed in super high definition by Peter F. Harris, my good friend Peter F. Harris, who is manfully recording this this atrocity against football, this crime against football. This Himesh tries some techers. God, that's a high-risk ball. Look at that from Tom. And Harrison, you can hear, is frustrated. I mean, Harrison, by the way, I think is a very good player and a very committed player. And he is just showing his frustration right at the end for saying, oh, come on, because the quality this morning, and Freud is shaking his head, and you can see why. I mean, it's not been good, has it, Alex?
It's it's not been our finest hour, bearing in mind we had the numerical advantage. However, at least we didn't lose. Because we could have.
The glass not half full, it's kind of quarter full,
Yes.
really, for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, and can we hear check out a few pieces of words from who's turned out to be our, not on me, Peter, please, our most expert summariser and pundit, Floyd Thompson. What do you make of it this morning?
It's quite an embarrassing performance, to be honest. I mean, at no point did they decide to pick their game up. At no point did they decide to, really take it to the opposition. They got caught out a few times, and I would say they're lucky to escape with a draw there.
Well, I would have to agree, and we've been saying this actually this morning. I think the cruelest thing I can say about this game is if you had to pick a man of the match for our team, I think you'd struggle.
Yeah, I don't think I actually have one. Everyone was at the same level, is what I will say. No one was stand out bad, no one was stand out good. It's actually quite a boring game of football, and I can't believe you filmed it.
Well, I can, because every time I bring the camera out, this is what happens. 2 weeks ago, it was like watching Bayern Munich, and frankly, Ralph had the game of his life. He was imperious and magnificent. This morning, an anonymous. Yeah. Okay, let's go across the pitch now. Alex, by the way, Alex, I think that's the end of your duty this morning. I must thank you for that. Thank you so much. Floyd, you can just. We are now going to do some post-match interviews with some of the players and some of the staff. Yeah, hang on, I've got crap to. Oh, I'll just leave that. I'll take both, and I'll give one to the. I'll put one in the manager's mouth, as it were. All right, now we have heard nothing from the most important person here this morning, which is our cameraman, AV operator, and all-round. Well, I don't want to big you up too much, but you know what I think about you. What do you make of this, Peter Harris?
Well, frankly, Howard, I'm no expert. And I was concentrating technically on it, and at one point the camera actually went off because it just sort of fell asleep. I didn't notice this. I'm not sure for how long, but we'll have to look when we see the rushes later on.
So we're going to hear possibly a few words from Pete at the end here. I can't imagine we've missed the first bit, obviously, but I think it'd be on the lines of, lads, that was rubbish. So Tom has picked up the Man of the Match award there. Yeah. Okay. Now, Pete, can we have a few words, please? This is you get your own microphone. Look at that. If you can hold it fairly close to your chin there,
yes.
so you can.
Thank you.
So, Peter, let's talk first about this game, and then about the team.
Yeah.
So this game, I think the pundits, the analysis was this was not them at their best, even though this is going to be their immortality in high definition cinema quality. Not a good morning, really.
We could have picked a better one, couldn't we, to have the cameras at? Yeah, I thought the second half was better. Our problem, as I was saying then to the boys, our problem is we just give the ball away all the time. We just kick the ball away or get caught in possession. And when we play well, it's when we pass, short passing, create chances, but often we just hoof the ball away and then it's pressure back on us. And at the end of the first half, you could see their goal coming. There was 15, 20 minutes of constant pressure. And every time we got the ball, we just gave it back to them. I thought the second half was vastly improved. I thought their keeper made 2 or 3 really good saves. And
He did.
probably we shaded it, but never mind.
Yeah, okay. No, I think that's very self-aware, I think, of you. And it must be, I can actually empathise with you, because as you probably know, that I was a manager once too. And my coaching sessions, I'd imagine, were similar to yours, which are
all
ball,
two-touch
feet,
football,
ball, feet,
all two-touch,
give, go.
Yeah.
And you do that, and you've been doing it for weeks. And I have to say, you've been managing here for 5 years now, something like
longer,
that?
about 10.
10, okay. So 10 years worth of coaching. 90 minutes of high definition cinema quality, and how much of that coaching did you see come out on the pitch?
About 1%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
The thing
frustrating is that?
We play on a smaller pitch, we play on Astro, we play 2-touch, 3-touch football, and then you come out on a big pitch and suddenly they play rugby. It's just
Okay.
every week.
So now this is the penultimate game. I'm unfortunately not here next week, otherwise
You'll be missed.
Well, if we play better than we did this week, I won't be. So this is kind of the end of the road show for us. So what are you going to do with your weekends from here on in? And your midweek as well, actually, for that matter.
I think I'll probably have a lie-in. Maybe play a bit of tennis.
All right. Now listen, Peter Black, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Now I think we'll have a few player interviews, if you may. Lads, any of you fancy a microphone to start in your face? And they all run away. And it's Harrison. All right, here we go. Now Harrison, ex-captain Harrison.
Yeah.
Now, let's not talk about this game. Let's talk about the coup that happened when you were kicked off being captain and James Mullen came in. Do you still feel any anger about that?
No, not
any
at all.
resentment?
Not at all. With the manager's decision, you've got to go with it. You've got to keep your head up. Obviously, I was a little bit annoyed, but you've got to keep going in that situation. It would be unprofessional of me if I didn't. So.
You know, you've been playing since you were a lad. I mean, a boy.
Yeah.
Right. Can you talk us through, because you must know this, you will know instantly the best goal you scored?
It was. I scored 6 in the game. Just to put it out there. I scored 6 in the game. I used to play up front, and the ball were against Hampstead. It just fell to me on my weak foot, and I bodied it, and it just went. It didn't go in the corner or anything. It just went over the keeper.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that because it's the first game my nan came to watch, and I scored it with her. So I was happy with that.
Oh,
one,
nice
yeah.
one. Okay,
Yeah.
so now, and I'm going to compliment you here. Obviously, I don't do very often to anyone.
Yeah.
When I first watched you,
Yeah.
I couldn't work out which your weak foot was. And
Yeah.
and that I think is the highest praise I can give anyone,
Yeah.
frankly.
Yeah. To be fair, I do use both feet, but I train both feet all the time. I never really liked using one feet because in different game situations, you don't always get it on what feet you want. So I always training, always do a different one. But to be honest, I'm not sure. I don't really know what. I have a favoured one, which is I think I shoot my right and pass my left, but I can do both with both, and so it goes both ways. So yeah.
Well, listen, Harrison, I've only watched you for a couple of seasons, but it's been a great pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Take care.
Captain, my captain. A double interview. This is not a date you're going on, lads. It's not karaoke. All right, so we've got my two favourite players here, actually, I have to say. Now, the first, obviously, is Ralph, and I have to say that. I'm contractually obliged. And the second is James Mullen, who has invented a style very much of his own. It's a mix between MMA and football. Now, James, it has been a pleasure watching you for the last 2 years. You are the captain. I want to talk about this game first, all right? Any explanation for that? Anything? You have to hold it close to your mouth.
The game?
Yeah.
Poor performance. I mean, we've got a lot to work on for next week. I mean, the manager spoke to us after the game. It's disappointing for us all. We wanted 3 points here, obviously. We're in a big relegation battle. But there's lots of work on, as Pete said. The touches weren't good enough. I mean, if you see Ralph over there, I'm calling for the ball and he's not passing. So what can you do? I mean, we had me and Seb up top, isolated. I felt we were isolated all game because of poor performances from Ralph.
Well,
there wasn't enough runs up front. Not enough movement, to be honest. A couple of times I got isolated. I was calling for James, but...
So if you had to pick one specific reason why the game was so terrible today, what would it be?
Poor decision making, really. Mainly for, I mean, he dived as well. He tackled. Got yellow cards.
There was what you weren't at your best today. None of you were at your best today, all right.
Roasted.
But there was one moment of Mullen magic when you used that kid as a ladder in the second half. It was like, yeah, thanks then.
I thought I was going to get sent off there, so thanks to the ref for not sending me off.
Okay, now
Appreciate it.
let's talk generally about the game, because you've both been playing since you were, well, actually I'll talk about you in a moment, but you've been playing since you were a baby, effectively, a boy. And first off, talk about your dad. You need to get the microphone closer to your mouth, son, by the way.
I'd just like to say thank you very much to Pete and Richard's managers. And we're looking for a replacement for Trevor because of the poor management. I mean, if you look out there, what were the tactics? So that's what I'd like to say about my
Yeah,
dad.
and I would expect nothing else from your mouth. What's been your... I asked Harry the same question here. What's been your favourite goal? You must know. I know you know yours. What's your favourite goal that you scored? You scored a lot.
Thank you.
Not this year, not since I've been watching, but I've been told.
I would like to say my favourite goal is the one that was actually filmed by yourself.
Ah, the goal
it's
that
up on
never
my
was.
Instagram at jmullin9. If you want to check it out, it's a screamer from the halfway line on this pitch. Favourite goal.
All right, let's hand across to Ralph then, if you may. Thank you, James, club captain. So, Ralph, you've talked about why this morning you weren't at your best today, and I know you were up for it. I know you were up for it, and take this however you want to. All right, I've seen you play. I've seen you develop from a boy into a man, basically, and you've become a really excellent player. I mean, a top draw, and you displayed none of that today. I mean, absolutely none of it. You weren't. It was indifferent. Everyone was indifferent, and it was hard to pick a man of the match because you were all very ordinary today, actually. And I can't really put my finger on it. Anyway, that's my long way around the houses saying, Ralph, what's your favourite goal of all time?
So basically, I was outside of the box. I was chilling, scoping out the game. I was over there, the right side of the box, just outside, and the ball just flicked up. First touch, left foot.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that was a away game, wasn't it? Yeah, that was an absolute.
you remember that.
That was a monstrous goal, wasn't it? Yeah, even by Floyd's standard, and Floyd is. Well, this is the third time I talked about him this morning. Floyd as a finisher he's amazing actually. But even by Floyd's standard, that was a good goal. And that's putting the bar very high. All right, Ralph, thank you very much. I think the checkout interview is going to have to be with Trevor, who's the first official I met from the club. He signed Ralph. I remember him signing him very clearly. It was in that room over there. So first off, Trevor, a short analysis. We talked to you at half-time about the game, and frankly, it didn't get any better. Any explanation? You have to get the microphone closer to your mouth, Trevor.
Okay, sorry. Yes. Well, is there an explanation? No, I don't think so. It's just one of those things, again, frustratingly throughout the season, where we've had moments of magic, but sadly the magic didn't appear today, and we just had a very humdrum game where we had ping-pong football without any conviction from the lads. And unfortunately, we played 2 weeks ago. 10 men, beat a team.
2 weeks ago was fantastic, wasn't it?
Beat a team 6-0. It's the same players. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, I know. And I have to say, it's a shame, but this will make them immortal, for better or for worse. And unfortunately, I think it's going to be for worse.
For worse, absolutely.
But 2 weeks ago, I know it's my father's love, but Ralph, 2 weeks ago, he looked like he was playing. He was a professional player, playing in an Hampstead game. And this week is completely... completely opposite.
I was hoping for sort of posterity I'd be able to retire and show my great signings for the club.
Yes.
Sadly, Ralph and the rest of his teammates, to be fair, didn't.
No.
They
all were in the same boat, weren't they? Yeah. Okay, so let's talk now about because this is the end of the road show for me. Yep. I'm not here next week, so I don't see Ralph's last game, which is a shame. But there you go. So over the 10 years you've been doing this? Is it 10 years?
Yeah, well, longer between my eldest son as well, but yes,
there
only
you
10
go.
years here.
So 13, 14 years?
Yep.
Long time, isn't it? Midweek as well, don't forget that. All the training, all the organisation, and that, I know, is an absolute nightmare. So meetings, administration, all the rest of it. What's been your favourite moment?
Favourite moment is actually when you see the lads play well. Right, we've had a few good runs, we've had a few good cup runs, we've had a few where we're close to winning the leagues, and that's what makes it for you. What actually makes it is when you come out and you can see the fact that the lads play well, you can see the fact that what you try and do in training comes good on the pitch, and there's nothing better than sort of at the final whistle when you see the lads all happy, all looking forward to the next game, and that's what makes it, right? That's why we do it.
And I think, Peter, that is a wrap. Thank you very much.
Thank you.